Thanks for tuning in. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. 3 streams every day? I don't know about 3, but make sure you hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. All right. The reason why I'm doing so early because I polled yesterday. I have this idea. I'm like, what if I do market open streams? Because there's a lot of correlation right now with crypto, with equities market, especially with NASDAQ. Wall Street does have its fingers in both, right? So I'm like, I think this is a good idea. I don't know. Most of you guys voted yes, so I'm going to give it a try and see how it is. But we're definitely seeing some negativity this morning because of one man that everyone loves to hate, and that is Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook's horrible earnings that was reported last night. That is driving NASDAQ down by over 2% today, and it unfortunately is causing an effect on Bitcoin as well. So Bitcoin is down slightly, 36.7, and unfortunately we're seeing that correlation right now where Bitcoin is seen as a tech stock, but we know that's not the case. But anyways, welcome everyone. Welcome. So let's take a look at what's going on this morning. Okay, obviously I led with this. Right now NASDAQ is not looking good, down 2%. And you know what? I think most of you guys have seen this headline already and may have looked into this, but what I didn't know is that this 24% drop, which is still going on right now. In fact, why don't we just pull up Facebook and see what it's doing? So if you pull up Facebook, where is it? If you look at it from, let's go out, zoom out. This dip right here. Actually, it doesn't look too bad like this, but let's try to bring it up on over here. Yeah, it is down 26% right now. So, yeah, it's not doing good. In fact, this 26% is the biggest wipeout in history. That's how bad it is. A company this size should not be having this kind of drop. This kind of drop is reserved for small cap, right? And crypto. We have seen it. Even a 26% drop in crypto is unusual. It's way too much. And for this to happen on a company that was $1 trillion, that's just horrendous. So it is the biggest wipeout in market history. So just keep that in the back of your minds. That is what's driving the markets down right now. And obviously, if you guys didn't pay attention, why Facebook dropped is because not only weak earnings, but their Realty Labs cost Facebook $10 billion. $10 billion of losses in 2021. And those losses keep increasing. If you look at 2019, 2020, 21, it kept going up higher and higher and higher. And people are wondering what Facebook is doing. How could they be spending so much money in this company, yet see very, very, very little results from it? This is why Wall Street, especially now with all the fear that's out there, they are selling off Facebook like crazy. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Right now, it's just a really weird time, right? And obviously, this is having a big effect on everything. Now, besides just Facebook having a big effect, and it looks like NASDAQ is starting to come up. So maybe the market will turn around. But there are a few other things I noticed this morning. Let's talk about it. Number one is weekly job claims came in a little bit better than expected. So that's good. That's good. So the Dow Jones expected that weekly claims would be about 245, and it was down from previous week of 261, but actually turned out 238, which means less people claimed unemployment, which is good because we do have we do have a big, let me just bring it up here. Let me bring up the economic calendar. So Friday, which is tomorrow, right? We have unemployment reporting. So last month, unemployment dropped to pretty much an all-time low, or one that's been the lowest for a rate that's lowest for like the last few decades, 3.9%. So could this drop even lower, right? The thing is, we've been getting conflicting reports about, well, Omicron is having an effect on the labor market. More people, like the companies, have laid off more people. ADP report just came out and said that there was more jobs that was basically removed by the companies. Yet this report today is showing that the number of people that claimed unemployment went down, right? So what is the total picture here, right? Did unemployment rate in total go down? And is that because the companies are basically removing the positions, or is it the opposite, right? So I guess we have to see. But all this relates to labor force, and the labor force is what, of course, Fed Chairman Powell is really looking at, right? Any decisions he makes, basically he has stated in his last meeting that it's all based on labor force, making sure that Americans are still working and happy and have a job, and that companies have adequate workers to fill positions, and it's really all about labor force, right? So actually, this is good news. This is actually good news. But Facebook's earnings it's killing everything right now. So it's kind of a moot point right now. All right, now what else is there? I was looking at a couple other things. Good morning to everyone. I know this is an unusual time slot, right? Trying to do something different with the market open stream. Good morning. So what else is there? I talked about rate hike with Fed Chairman Powell, what he's going to do, right? Unemployment rate will be a big deciding factor that's coming up tomorrow. But if you look at what other countries are doing overseas, Bank of England rate hikes let me start over. Bank of England hikes rates in the first back-to-back rise since 2004. So this was already reported that back in December, the rate was hiked up by 25 basis points. And January, they're doing it again. So that's back-to-back. So that's half a percentage, right? And that's a big rate hike. I mean, for normal people that look at this like a 0.5%, so what, right? But when it comes to these loans that companies are taking out, right? Every 25 basis points means a whole lot, and it actually makes people a lot more conservative and makes bonds look more attractive. Though I still don't quite get why a 1.8% bond over 10 years is attractive at all. I mean. It's just not attractive to me, but I'm just a single guy here. All right, so Bank of England decides to raise rates, but the European Central Bank decided not to. In fact, they said they're not going to do anything for 2022 and even 2023. Now, they may change their mind, but they already declared that basically they're not going to look at increasing rates at all until 2024. So that's a big statement. So I know that I've seen inflation numbers for Europe, and they tapered out. So between November, December, kind of just topped out. It tapered out. It wasn't increasing exponentially higher. Now, that's the big thing about the US. We don't know if from December to January is going to be a big jump or it tapers out also. If it tapers out, then that would be great. That would be great for the market, because that means Powell does not have to be that hawkish. But if it shows that we jumped up quite a lot and these numbers are coming out next week, that's going to be very bad. Very, very bad overall, and Wall Street will react to it. In fact, what day is that? I covered that. CPI. CPI is going to be next Thursday. So we got 1 week to find out how much our core inflation or CPI, Consumer Price Index, has gone up within January. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. All right, what is the market doing right now? What is Bitcoin doing right now? I know most of you guys want to see that. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is not reacting very good right now. So Bitcoin is at 26.6, and it's kind of like making these small stair steps down, and that's not a good thing, right? And I hate to say it, it's just the correlation to NASDAQ right now, right? Wall Street is treating Bitcoin like a tech stock. So whenever there's weakness from NASDAQ, we tend to see this. You got a stair step down here. Well, obviously stair step down here, right? We need to see we need to see fear dissipate. We need to see, one of two things. One of two things in my opinion. Number one is either Wall Street completely sells out and all the institutions that's in Bitcoin completely exits because they think it's too risky. And then for everyone else that's left, the holders, the true holders, and the Michael Saylors of the world, some of the good institutions, they will continue to buy and drive things forward. I think that's what we need to look forward to, right? I think that ultimately is going to make the market healthy again. But the second thing is, if we do see some, if that never comes to be, the second thing will have to be, whether or not we get some really, really good news from the Fed, which is coming in March. So we may have to wait for that. So one of two things needs to happen for Bitcoin to come up at this point. However, that does not mean that we should give up on Bitcoin. I've been saying that for many, 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 many years now. It's just unfortunate that we're in a time that's very, 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 very different than all previous recessions and all previous runs. It's just a really weird time. Now, what else is there? I saw this. I don't know why anyone did a survey of this or a study of this, but in case you guys are single, you may want to put that you own crypto in your dating profile, because somehow if you do, it does make you more desirable. Maybe. I don't know why. Maybe because they think the opposite sex thinks, or the same sex thinks, that you're more wealthy. I don't know, but 33% of Americans said they would be more likely to go on a date with someone who mentioned crypto assets in their online dating profile. So here's a tip to all you guys that are single. Make sure in Tinder or whatever else you use, put in that you own crypto. Especially if you own like a Bored Ape or a Crypto Punk, you should just put that as your profile picture, because that'll probably make you even more attractive. I don't know. I'm just making shit up now. All right. What about overall market cap? Down a little bit, although CMC has been really bad recently. I may have to switch again, but you could see that Solana is down 14%. Well, no. See, now I updated. Okay, not 14%, down 9%. So this is why I don't know what's going on with CMC. Recently, it takes like a minute before updates. But Solana is weaker because of the wormhole hack that has happened yesterday. The funny thing is, more people, blame Solana, yet what was stolen was actually ETH, not Sol. So it's kind of weird, but it is a bridge for Solana that connects up to Ethereum, and unfortunately $320 million was stolen. So that's obviously not good, right? But yeah, you see more weakness with Solana today. You see weakness overall. It is what it is. But I've been saying, right? You can't really time top or bottom, right? And everything that's going on here with the equities market, with the Fed, with everything else that's going on, no one knows where bottom is. No one knows where this will end. right? And no one knows when we're just going to, recover and bounce right back up. The only way to truly win at this market is to be an investor, not a trader. There's a lot of people that will tell you, and they'll do a lot of TA charts and tell you, well, this is the exact point it's going to fall to, or this is the exact point it hits, and this is the exact point that we should, jump in, right? No one knows. The true way is to take advantage of dips and DCA. That's really it. DCA over long haul. So a lot of this in the red, and it has been in red for quite some time now, about 2 months. About 2-3 months, right? But got to be patient, take advantage. When people are fearful, that's when you want to pounce. That's really how you want to do it. What else is there? I don't know, since it's so early in the morning, in case you guys didn't know, trending news on Twitter is a great place to find a lot of news. So, okay, obviously a lot of stuff about delete Facebook, Meta, yes. And by the way, because Meta and Facebook went down so much, I saw that Twitter is down, Snapchat is down. Like, it's really dragging on a lot of social media companies, let's just say. I don't know if, this is still horrible. Let's bring up some other stuff. I got all this tickers. Let's look at Square. Square just dropped off. Square is down 6.8%, so that's not good. Let's look at MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is down about 2%, which is better than expected, but MicroStrategy has not done very well since their peak. I mean, this is even a worse drop than Bitcoin. What about Coinbase? Coinbase is down about 2.37%. So overall, not too bad. Square is down tremendously, though. What about some others? You look at, I don't know, a lot of people love Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla is down to about 900, and I made a video with my friend about this. But Tesla, got slaughtered too, a company that also is holding Bitcoin. But you could see from early January to now, they dipped about 34%. At their current price, they're still down about 27% from peak. So that's a tremendous drop within 1 month, right? Obviously, Facebook dropped that much in 1 day, but, even someone like Tesla is down that much. What about someone like Microsoft, which I love? I love Microsoft. I always support Microsoft. They're down, from top to bottom about 20%, and they're about 11% off their highs, which isn't as bad. But you know what? Today, Amazon reports, and Amazon is down pretty big, about 5% today. So how much are they down? They're down 25% from their top right now. And at bottom, about 28%. Yeah, so Amazon's not doing good. Ever since Bezos left, it seems like they have not done well. They've been man, Amazon stock has really been going sideways since July of 2020. They really did not have a big bump in 2021 at all. That's really strange. I haven't looked at Amazon's chart forever. Someone's mentioning Litecoin is going to be official currency of, I don't even know what country that is. Bezos' wife rug pulled the market. I don't think you could blame his wife. All right, maybe I should look at some comments here. Liquidity is king. Did I say 26? I meant 36. If I said 26.6 and freaked some of you guys out, know that it's very early for me, and I'm not used to streaming this early. And I have some Super Coffee with me. Today's show is brought to you by Super Coffee, which is a really good keto coffee. I'm just kidding. I'm not sponsored by them, but it is good for energy if you want to try something different. All right, what else is there? Let me just scroll through some of the chat here. 30K BTC incoming. It could happen, but last time when we hit 33, it also seemed like it was going to happen, but it turned around. So it could be that 33. I mean, 30 and 33. It's only a 10% difference. It's a made-up country. Good. Sol rules transactions are fast. Fast does not mean that it's not the only criteria, let's say, okay? Obviously, Solana has had a lot of network outages where it shuts down completely. So just because it's fast does not mean it's the only thing that we care about, right? Having network stability is probably arguably more important than just fast. And this recent hack is not helping it at all. Oh, I forgot to check Twitter. Let's see what else is going on this morning. Let's see. I saw altcoins. Let's check that out. 100x gems. I don't know why that's trending right now. Mr. Beast, would you rather have $10 million or 10 million subscribers on YouTube? You know, I'll tell you, that's easy. You want 10 million subscribers on YouTube. You can make way more than $10 million with 10 million subscribers. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Even though I don't have 10 million subscribers, but I'll tell you, it's you want the subscribers. El Salvador plans to install another 1,500 Bitcoin ATMs. That's good. Fidelity, we've been accumulating Bitcoin since 2014. I kind of knew that already. Fidelity's been in the space for a very long time. In fact, even early on, they said they were running their own mining rigs. So it does not surprise me at all that Fidelity has been accumulating for a very, very long time, which is why they're so bullish on Bitcoin. In fact, Fidelity came out with their report recently that said that they believe Bitcoin is a different asset class. And they basically became Bitcoin maxis, saying they downplay everything else, saying everything is too risky, just go with Bitcoin. So, yeah, that does not surprise me. Let's just take a look at altcoins since it's trending here. Let's take a look what's in here. Altcoin Daily and a lot of others. A lot of shill tweets. No good news over here. India. Oh, there's a petition to reduce crypto taxes in India. Recently it came out it's going to be 30% for crypto and NFTs. So now there's a petition to decrease that. I don't know. I don't know what the tax rate is in India. I mean, 30% seems reasonable because in the United States, capital gains tax is about 25%, although there's talks about, moving that up to 30%. So I don't know what the normal tax rate is within India. Maybe some of you guys can chime in. But when I first mentioned it, I thought, okay, that's reasonable, and everyone was crying that was way too high. So I don't know what the normal tax rate is for capital gains in India. Yeah, just a whole lot of. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else there is here. Airdrop. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting right there. That's the very same pattern that we're in right now. Right? Me personally, I love fractal patterns, right? I think fractal patterns are really good to kind of display and showcase, especially if you see a lot of similarities between certain time frames or certain cycles, right? Especially 4-year cycles. The problem is, though, we're kind of out of that four-year cycle now, right? We're in the 5th year. And we know that the environment for this last year and this year has been absolutely different than previous years. We're in a different time. We kind of went through a mini recession in 2020, and then we had one of the biggest bull run that we have ever seen, within a recession time. And then we have all this money being printed and given out, and now everyone is so worried about, the rate hikes, which is coming, although labor force is not exactly that strong, but inflation is so high. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on right now. But this is a good pattern to look forward to. All right, what else? I don't know. Maybe that's it. Bitcoin is still kind of not moving right now. Yeah, it's now, I drew this out before, this 38.5. This is the point we really need to break above and hold, because if we can, then 40,000 is right around the corner. But right now, we're kind of just hovering below it. We need to really come back and break through it and utilize that as a support. So that's what we need to look forward to. In the meantime, what else is going on? NASDAQ just dipped down. I can't stand, because the market closes, I can't stand these big gaps. It throws me off. But NASDAQ is down 2.7%, so that's not helping Bitcoin right now. S&P 500 is down about 1.5%. So NASDAQ and S&P not doing too good. Dow is down about 1%. Man, Amazon is selling off like crazy. I don't know why Amazon is associated somehow with Facebook. Amazon's down almost 7%. And Square is getting slaughtered too. Square is down almost 8% right now. MicroStrategy and Coinbase are both down, but let's check a mining company like Riot. Holding better, about 3.9%. So mining companies, I think out of all the tech stocks or stocks in general that relate to Bitcoin, the mining companies have been doing better. But guys like MicroStrategy, what doesn't make sense about MicroStrategy is this. They've been hammered, right? And if you look at their overall market cap, so MicroStrategy is down another 4% today. MicroStrategy's market cap of $3.45 billion is less than the market cap of gold, or the total, the market cap of gold, not gold, market cap of Bitcoin that they hold. MicroStrategy holds more than $3.45 billion of Bitcoin, yet the company is worth less. So think about that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? If you're valuing MicroStrategy, at the very least, you should value the company equal to the value of the Bitcoin it holds, right? But it just kind of shows you, Wall Street is just hammering on MicroStrategy right now. They're not letting it come back up at all. Even when Bitcoin was back to like 69,000, they were not back to their previous highs. If you look at MicroStrategy and you zoom out, where is it? Why is it not zooming out? I choose the wrong one. There we go. So you look at MicroStrategy. It peaked over here about 1,300, and that was back in February. Okay? We know that, Bitcoin, if you compare this to Bitcoin, and I think I have this ready just to kind of show you guys. Yeah, this is MicroStrategy to Ethereum, but let's bring up Bitcoin. Right? You could see that Bitcoin topped out first time in April, right? And then for MicroStrategy, actually, that was when they started coming down. And then the second time Bitcoin peaked out was about November, and November timeframe over here, right? MicroStrategy was still lower than the first peak, and then since then they just collapse, right? You could argue that Bitcoin collapsed, but their collapse is more. So yeah, MicroStrategy, I don't know. If I was going to buy stocks, it seems like it would just be better off to buy Bitcoin. I don't know why you would buy MicroStrategy stock over Bitcoin at this point. So I don't know. Just my opinion. MicroStrategy is still up if you look year to date. Well, is it? If you go back a year, yeah, I believe that's right, because February, where we are now, you look at February of 2021 is right here. Actually, I don't believe that's right. The last time MicroStrategy was down was this much was December 23rd of 2020. So that's over a year. So, yeah, that's over a year. George, should I buy a Tahoe or Dodge truck? Well, first of all, Dodge trucks are called Rams now, so you must be out of the game for a while. But Tahoes are really nice. GM did a really good job on them, and the Ram trucks are really nice too. Ram 1500s are really good, and if you could afford it, go for a Ram TRX. The funny thing about TRX is, when they first came out, TRX, it's supposed to be called T-Rex. And they did that on purpose because Ford, of course, has the F-150 Raptor, right? So they wanted to go with a dinosaur theme or name, and they wanted to make it even cooler and better than the Raptor. So they were going to call it the Ram 1500 T-Rex. But then everyone saw the name, and just even people from within Ram just call it TRX, so now they just call it TRX. But it's supposed to be called Ram T-Rex, but no one calls it that way. Just an interesting fact. Just throwing that out there. Only stock I own is Tesla. Crypto is the wave. I think that's the case. I believe a lot of people just simply buy and hold Tesla, and then they get into crypto. Right? I know my friend is a big Tesla bug, and if you become a Tesla bug, it's like the same with Bitcoin. Like, you believe in it with all of your heart, and you will just not let go, right? And that is the reason why Tesla has done so well, because it's that mentality. And people that love Tesla, they just think that Tesla's going to dominate the world, right? And I'm a little, I don't know. I'm more cautious about Tesla at this point, right? But there are many that are all in. And you could see, actually, Tesla's pattern is very similar to Bitcoin's right now. So, yeah, they had a big, tremendous fall like Bitcoin recently. Did it start around the same time? So Bitcoin fell down, yeah. So Tesla and Bitcoin both topped out at the same time and has been going down in the same way. So unfortunately, Tesla is also, well, it kind of makes sense because Tesla holds so much Bitcoins, like billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Will I get Uni for $3 someday? Uniswap for $3? Let's see. Where's Uniswap right now? No, you're not going to get Uniswap for $3. Even the market went down 50%. That will only be $5. I don't know why you're projecting for $3, but that seems pretty low. Cybertruck, no. Cybertruck has been delayed again and again. It has been pushed back to 2023. And it's not early 2023. It's late 2023. So Tesla is just concentrating on basically the Model Y, which is their biggest winner right now by far. And I've owned a Tesla Model Y before. It's a fantastic SUV. Fantastic. But they keep raising the price. So if you include the new FSD, which costs $12,000 now, and the Model Y has been basically been going up in price, you're looking at $60,000 to $70,000 for a Model Y now. I mean, it is not cheap, but it's a fantastic SUV. So they're scaling that up, and Model 3's up, and they still need to work on the X and S. The S there's plenty of, and I have a S Plaid right now, which is a fine car, but I kind of expected more for the price tag. And then the X is being really severely delayed. I don't know why. It's basically like a S, but just raised up. But yeah, so they're pushing everything else back, like the Cybertruck, the Roadster, the semi-truck, the $25,000 EV. All that is being pushed back, including the Cybertruck, unfortunately. So I do think that someone like Ford is going to gain on the EV market because the Ford Lightning, which is a pure EV truck, is about to hit the market soon. And they stopped pre-orders because demand is so high. And now GM is getting with a Silverado EV, but that's not going to come out until like 2024, I think. So that's still ways off. GM also has the Hummer EV, which I don't hear a lot about. But Cybertruck seems to be off. Rivian is it's a mid-sized truck, but they're only going to produce 1,000 in 2022. So I put in a pre-order just to see if I could get one, but I got an email saying no, you're not going to get one. So yeah, and I think their stock was hammered recently too. Let's change this one. In fact, let's do a 4. I never mess with like multiple charts, but I'm just gonna do it right here. So this is comparing NASDAQ and Tesla and Bitcoin and Block. NASDAQ actually looks pretty healthy compared to all these. Let's change Rivian. Nothing but straight down for Rivian. Because they can't see. This is why people don't understand why it's so hard to be a car manufacturer, because it's really hard to get production line going and mass producing cars, and Elon have said that for many years now. But Rivian was absolutely disaster. When they got listed, went up to 179, and now they're at 61. Man. Yeah, and I don't know about the other one. Lucid. I don't know if Lucid has done any better. I think Lucid stock has also been dropping like crazy. Lucid's a little better. I don't even know if that's the right symbol. It should be Lucid Group, right? So Lucid also is came back down from their top to that's like a 50% drop, so that's not good for them either. I mean, let's just leave it at that. Tesla alone is a diversified portfolio. I guess that doesn't actually make sense, but I'll go with that. I know many people that are just solely in Tesla. That's it. They're solely in Tesla, and they don't care about any other stock. And I think mostly because it's the same mentality as Bitcoin. It's like because they truly believe in it, and they're sticking with it. And number two is Tesla is actually somewhat exciting, right? Unlike a lot of other stocks where you're getting 2-3%, whatever, Tesla actually moves more like crypto, right? And I think it's more exciting to be in it and to invest in it. But also you have that cult-like following, right? That definitely helps drive Tesla upwards and forwards. Cover VET. Not a lot going on recently with VET, other than their new stablecoin, right? VUSD. But outside of that, we just have to wait. We had to wait for Vet to have more DeFi projects come on board, more lending projects come on board. Basically, just get more involved with DeFi, right? And they have a few NFT projects, but need more of that. You know, it's a work in progress. You just got to give it time. A lot of the crypto out there, a lot of the L1s, you know, still very early. That's why I say it's so early, because we're just finally getting into Web 3.0. And we don't really quite know what Web 3.0 is or what it can be. Because just look at it. When the internet came out with Web 1.0, no one expected the internet to become what it is today. And the same thing with Web 2.0 movement, right? Even when apps came out on the phone, I still remember when the first iPhone came out, there was basically no apps you could download. It's just the preloaded apps, which is cool. And then when Steve Jobs came out with, okay, we're going to come out the App Store, I'm like, okay, maybe you could download a few games here and there, right? But look at how much, how dependent we are on apps now, right? So even Web 2.0, we couldn't imagine where we are today when the first apps came out in 2007. I think it was around 2007. No, 2009 or something like that, right? So Web 3.0, my point is this. Web 3.0, even though we think this is what Web 3.0 is, right? What metaverses can be and what DeFi can be and what NFTs can be, it's still so early. So early. So in 5 to 10 years, we're going to look back upon this and realize how different it is, right? And that's the reason why you want to be in it now. You don't want to wait until 5 to 10 years to find out. You want to be in it now before that happens. It looks like Bitcoin is still, it's holding relatively good, despite the fact the NASDAQ has come down quite a bit. Bitcoin's about 36.7. Those of you guys that follow Tesla, it's starting to climb up. About 1.6, although obviously still very far off from its peak. Where's Facebook? I need to bring up Facebook here. Facebook is still down 24%. Yeah, that's no good. And I don't need to show Rivian. Let's show something else. You know what? I'm just curious. Let's bring up Twitter. Twitter is down about 4%. That's actually better than expected. I thought Twitter would be tanking today, but I guess not really. Yeah. Everyone just loves to hate Mark at this point. What do you think about Indian 30% tax? I was mentioning that earlier today. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what the capital gains tax is, what the percentage is in India right now. So I can't really tell you. If that's higher than what it should be, then of course that's bad. But if that's in line with what capital gains tax is already with stocks, then I'd say that's what you want. The main thing is if they are actually taxing crypto, that means they're ready to accept it as as an asset class, as an investment that people could put their money into. So all the FUD about, we're going to ban it, and then we're not going to ban it, and then you can't do banking with it, and all this stuff, that goes away. That means they're legitimizing crypto as an asset class. That's awesome. That's what you want, right? Everrise Bridge, no one cares about Everrise. I'm just going to put that out there. IMX partnering with GameStop. IMX up 40%. Is that right? GameStop, you know who else is partnering up with GameStop is Loopring. And Loopring crashed hard. Mutable X is up 40%. They are holding very well. Well, I take that back. They're coming up, but if you look at a 1 year performance, they were obviously much higher in November. So I take that back. But there are several prominent projects that are moving to Immutable X. Basically, they want to become part of the Ethereum ecosystem, but they don't want to deal with gas fees and so forth, so they're moving to layer 2. Makes sense. But this whole thing about GameStop, I just don't get it. Like Loopring, right? Loopring is was chosen to work with GameStop to create their NFT marketplace. I mean, and it exploded for a while, and then it just dumped right back down, right? Kind of like AMC and GME. Look at this. Look at this crazy pump, and then it just dumped down to like basically, I don't know what the drop is. Probably like 60-70% drop from the peak, right? So just be careful, I would say. For Immutable X, I didn't hear about that story, but be careful. Something like this could happen. Anything that's related to GameStop, I would say be careful because there could be a massive influx where people ape in and then they ape out of it. Any guesses why some big gamer influencers hate NFTs? I don't quite get it. I think, here's my guess, and I've been told this, that many gamers hate it because they see it as a money grab. They hate that game developers are trying to make more money off of them. What they don't get is the players themselves also benefit. But I believe there's this thing that's going on. There's a stigma about NFTs, so that a lot of them are just going against it because they don't quite understand. And they don't quite understand, especially if you're a really good gamer and you compete in tournaments, right? You could make a substantial amount of money with it. And if you're a professional gamer, I don't know why you would not want to. If you're a professional gamer, that's how you make your earning. That's how you make your living, right? You're making money from those tournaments. So selling your own NFTs gives the control back to you, right? You could sell your own weapons and anything that's associated with your player, right? It's just digital collectibles. And I don't see why professional gamers will be against it. Of course, gaming companies are all moving towards it. But it does seem like you have a whole bunch of, gamers that probably are not professional gamers, and they're just like up in arms about it. I just don't quite get it. I don't. I mean, maybe some of that is due to the fact that they hate how crypto miners have stolen all their GPUs. Maybe part of it stems from that. Maybe. UFO gaming is raising, George. I don't know what you mean by that. You mean it's coming up? Yeah. It's not really coming up. But UFO Gaming, they're going to have their NFT marketplace on Cadena, so I like that. Cadena's CADEX is also moving forward, so I like that. So I think Cadena has promise. Definitely has promise. Quincy says it's cool to hate the future. I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Just want to say hi. I love the stream today, looking at Market Live, right? So yeah, I'm going to end it. And basically, if you guys enjoy this, I'll keep doing it. The whole purpose of this is there's a lot of correlation right now, right? With what's going on with the equities market and with crypto. So I think the more informed we are overall about both, the better we'll do, right? It's all about education at this point and forecasting and connecting the dots. And that's what I love to do. So right now, the market is not looking too good, although it's starting to come up. Maybe Facebook and their earnings is just going to be limited to them and not to everyone else. So maybe we do see this turn green later on in the day because it is starting to recover a little bit. And I did show you guys, even someone like Tesla is starting to turn green. Bitcoin itself is looking like it wants to turn green. And many others are starting to come around a little bit, but not someone like Square, which is being hammered today for some reason. Square's, Block is being hammered. And Jack Dorsey just made some big comments yesterday on Bitcoins for corporations. he was talking about how Facebook really messed up. Rather than concentrate on them or Libra, they could have just, concentrated on Bitcoin, and they would have been much better off. And I agree. Had Facebook said that they were going to get involved with Bitcoin instead of their own crypto, I think most of the regulators would have said okay. I mean, they would not have just denied them completely, because no one wants Facebook and their Facebook coin to dominate, the financial payment system, right? So I agree, but Square is being hammered today for some reason. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. If you guys like it, I'll continue doing it, so I'll do it tomorrow. Leave in the comments if you do like this or not. I'll be a little bit more prepared tomorrow, because I was really kind of off my game today. And I'll see you guys. Two more streams. Since today's Thursday, right? I'll actually have 3 more streams. I'm going to be on BitBoy's show at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So that's coming up in 1 hour. And then I'm going to have my own show at 11:30. And then I'm going to have another show at 8:30. So that's like 4 freaking streams today. If you guys love to hear me stream, then you're in for a treat. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.